Sean Watson. Sean, you were an active official for a long time. You played the game of lacrosse for a long time, but you're no longer officiating. Can you give us some of the reasons why you decided not to referee anymore?
I think one of the biggest reasons I don't referee anymore is that I have a real job where I'm a mechanical engineer, and for me to leave work to go referee lacrosse at 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon isn't really realistic. And I would prefer if I was able to just ref college games that are on weekends or later at night, but doing that seemed to be frowned upon by the other officials because I wasn't doing enough games, because I wasn't putting in as much time as they had, even though I had put in that time in the past. For me to say now that I have a lot of commitments and a lot of adult things going on that I couldn't do it, I didn't feel it was reasonable for me to make lacrosse a bigger commitment than my engineering job. A lot of times I would ref, and I would get referees who had either never played lacrosse before or had played very minimally and just weren't putting in a lot of effort when they refed. And I would go out to ref. Let's say I do a good job today, I consistently do a good job, but I go out to ref with a game that's people that I know, guys that I play lacrosse with that I know, and they would say things like, God, the ref we had yesterday or 2 days ago was terrible, blah, blah, blah. They would go on about why that ref wasn't good. For me to be a good ref, I can't say anything negative about the other referees, but we all know that we've refed with somebody who isn't up to par, who doesn't put the effort in, who doesn't wear a clean, decent uniform, and just comes across like a sloppy person, and before he even referees the game, he's already marked down. The other thing that goes kind of along with that is I felt like too many people were concerned about the mechanics of the game, where you stand, how clean your uniform was, how pressed your shorts were, whether or not your shoes were shined, and weren't concerned enough about calling the right thing. Having played, knowing what's going on, the flow of the game management, dealing with players and officials or other officials in general, calling lacrosse like a real lacrosse game instead of calling lacrosse by this is what it says in the rule book. There are a lot of officials that I've dealt with in the past who it's not totally negative, but they want to control the game. I understand the game needs to be in control. You don't want anybody to get an unfair advantage. You don't want somebody to cheat. But I think as an official, you're there to make sure it's safe and nobody gets hurt and nobody's cheating. But you're not there to control the flow of the game. You're not there to stop people from having fun, and you're, in general, just drag the life out of the game. And I felt that was happening. And both when I play and when I ref, I can see it happening, and I don't want to be involved with that.